My mom paid $427 exactly. Out of high school, I had like Division II offers. UNM never like really gave me a real shot. New Mexico State, they were terrible, never gave me a shot. And then so I was like, I'm gonna go to junior college. Walked on, no scholarship. I remember my mom paid $427 exactly. And I was like, all right, this is the last time you're ever gonna pay for me. And so went out there. True story. I was playing tight end. Out there using like takes me a tight end, quarterback, running back, receiver, playing everything like under the sun. And then one day, and I was better than these other guys, but they just had more hype than me. And so they put me in at quarterback. I'm doing good. They're like, you know what? It was going into the week, starting week. They're like, you're third string. I'm like, how am I third string? You know what I mean? I was third string on this team. And before that, I earned a scholarship, though, but I was third string. They were going to use me all over the place. First string quarterback's been messing up all week. Second stringer goes in. He messes up. They put me in. I go in and I ball. First game, we go down, we score. We're up like 10-7, and then they come back, and me and this kid are switching off drives, and they would never score with him. And then I finally just took over. Second year, we won the Natty. Coach Kill, I remember the phone call. Coach Kill called me. He was like, he has this weird voice. He's like, "Hey son, give me a call back when you can." And he left it on voicemail. So I pulled over. I thought they were gonna offer me right then and there. Actually, before the Natty game, they offered the kid on the other team.
No way.
The other quarterback. And so I was like, damn, like I can't catch a break, Anyway, go up, have like 194 passing, like 50 rushing, 3 touchdowns. Have a good day. Our running back was really good, so they had like USC offered him, Nebraska offered him. So everyone was watching that game, had a good game. Ended up getting a call 2 days later when I was back home working out. Called Coach Kill back. He's like, hey son, we're going to offer you full scholarship. We'll see you down here. And it was like late, so like I had to get down there. I think I had like a week to decide whether I was going to Jackson State or New Mexico State. Jackson State at the time had Dion and Shadur Sanders, and they were like, "You're not playing over my son," So I was like, I'm going to New Mexico State. In and out the starting lineup first year. We're 1-5. We're down at halftime against UMass. They put me back in, and ever since then, like, I just never looked back.
Started 1-5, but still made a bowl game.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, the hype train kind of started for you in that bowl game, actually, because that was kind of the first time that you were able to get national exposure because all eyes were on you that day.
Yeah, the Liberty game, we were like 28-point underdogs?
Yeah.
Like 28, 29-point underdogs. We went in there and blew them out 49 to like 7.
Yeah, I think that one's the one that probably put you on the map for real.
Yeah.
Because you had like 6 touchdowns or something like that?
Yeah, it's 3 rushing, 3 passing, and like 350 total. 400 close to it.
Kind of what was the mindset going in? Do you remember that day? Because they're a highly touted team.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember after UMass, I think we played Mizzou or something like that. We were trying to catch a flow, didn't really have anything, and then it was like I was like, I ain't got nothing to lose, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna just go out there, do what I do, and just play football how I played when I was a little kid. And like I would bust all the time. I would forget motions. I would forget the routes on the outside, and then it just started all kind of clicking. Then I was able to play fast, and Coach Beck made it simple for me too that day. And he was just like, run it deep. If no one's open, just take off. And so that's what I did.
And Diego, do you feel your game go to another level, having a guy like Eli out there that you could throw to? Because that's just a mismatch when you get a player like that in your team.
Against UTEP is when I really realized there was a difference between, like, in athleticism between Eli and all these other kids in Conference USA. Even now, like, he was at New Mexico State. All our coaching staff comes. I come. Blaze comes. We have, like, 2 running backs come, and I'm like, bro. I picked up my phone. I was like, Eli, bro, you gotta come, bro. You gotta go. And in the spring, Vandy wasn't. I was like, holy shit, this is worse than my my JUCO team. And I was like,
oh my God,
I'm not gonna get out here stranded by myself in Nashville. You know what I mean? So I was like, I was calling Eli. Nah,
he's gassing. It wasn't that bad.
That's a pretty
I came
intensive.
and watched it.
That's a pretty intensive level of honesty to say that the team at point of arrival was worse than your junior college roster.
It was at points there was all. I don't mean to take this wrong way. All white receivers on the field. I'm looking left, looking right. They don't look too good. Then they're like, all right, Eli's coming on a visit. Could I stop smiling at Top Golf?
No, he was,
I was like, oh my God, this kid's coming. So it was just like we got some plays for Eli to touch the ball, so he'll touch it a lot. I know what he can do with this, so I feel like even just having him for a spring at tight end is just so helpful because I learned what he really likes at tight end, and then I could put the ball anywhere and he's gonna go snag it. I mean, I put the ball, I swear to goodness, 13 feet in the air, and he snagged it the other day, and it was like, oh my gosh, like there's no incompletion with him, so he's gonna get fed for sure. Kind
of going back to the transfer portal journey, you had a heck of a season. Both of you guys did, and you had a lot of success. How was the news with Coach Kill a major part of that when he kind of decided at the end of the year that he was gonna step aside and call it a day?
Yeah, when he did that day, I entered the portal, just because I knew the type of guy Coach Kill was. I knew Coach Beck was out, everyone was out. There was every coach leaving, so everyone hitting the transfer portal as well. So I thought it was best interest for me to leave. And when I left Nevada, I committed to Nevada out of the transfer portal, and I was with them. Coach Choate is a really good guy. Like, he reminds me of Coach Kill, reminds me of how he does business, down to earth, really good dude, and I really wanted to play for him. And then while I was at Nevada on my visit, my second day, and I was going to stay there 3 days at Nevada. Coach Kill calls me, and I told Coach Beck, because Coach Beck is here at Vandy, and they were still recruiting me, but I had to graduate. I had to go back to New Mexico State and graduate before I could go to Vandy because of the school here. But Coach Beck is like, I called him, and I'm like, hey, I'm committing to Nevada. Like, thank you for what you did for me. Like, I'm committed to Nevada. And he's like, no, like, don't do it yet. I'm gonna have someone call you. Coach Kill calls me later that night, and if you ever hear Coach Kill tell you, like, what are you doing, son? And so he's like, what is this about you committing to Nevada, son? And I was just like, hey, Coach, like, I think it's the best thing for me. Like, I'm committed. And he's like, no, I already been telling all the coaches, like, you're going to Vandy. And he's like, I just signed today. Like, I'm gonna be there as basically the head coach of the offense. Like, come on. And I was like, shh. I looked at my brother, I looked back, and I was like, all right, I'm in. So I had to go back the next day, because I already committed to Nevada. I told Coach Choate, like, hey, I'm committed. So I had to go back the next day and be like, look, I have to rethink my decision. I'm going to go home and I'm going to think about it. But I already knew what I was going, but it was really Coach Kill that took the icing on the cake for me.
Nevada would have been a place where you're going there, that's comfortable. I mean,
right.
You'd been in a good situation. You'd have a really good chance to compete in the Mountain West, play for a championship, try to be Mountain West Player of the Year, maybe get onto NFL radars with a strong season out there. This situation's a lot different. Right. You're going to get to play against the best competition in the country, best conference out there, I think, without too much doubt. But on the other hand, there hasn't been a lot of success recently.
Right.
How was that decision-making process to know, man, I'm taking the biggest risk with the highest reward if I can pull it off, but the biggest risk that you could possibly take? I mean, Vegas has got you guys at 2.5 wins this year, which I've never mentioned Vegas odds in the show ever in my entire run doing podcasts about college sports, but I just think it properly speaks to where they're handicapping you guys right now coming into this year. I'd hear you talk about it.
I'm a big high risk guy. That's the type of guy I am.
Yeah.
At New Mexico State though, but at New Mexico State, in all honesty, we were the worst team in the country, like the worst team in the country, and we found a way to win. I think it's just changing the mindset of the players that are here, and I think we've done a great job of that. I think we're a really good team right now. Like, we got a really solid defense. Coach Lee runs a really good defense. Our offensive weapons are like through the roof. I mean, we got it, and our O-line is Coach K. Coach K is the truth. Our O-line coach, he is the truth. Like, hands. He was with Colin Kaepernick in Nevada. He was with Lamar Jackson at Louisville. So just having him is just awesome. Like, I mean, he brings the fire. We're gonna be really good, and I like that they have us at 2.5. You know, there's gonna be a lot of people who bet the over who make money.
So you're giving the suggestion to people who are listening, like, hey, I'm in the locker room, over 2.5 is a good choice.
Yeah.